Who do we want to name to help us carry out the wishes of this document? Because the will is something that comes into effect only after you pass away, right? You won't be around to help and supervise this. So the executor is like your quarterback, right? The executor will be somebody who will help manage and hire somebody like you as an attorney, right? And they will start to marshal the assets. They will prepare a petition if needed to the court for a probate or an administration, help understand what assets there are, prepare and summarize the assets, and then summarize them in an accounting so that they can be distributed pursuant to the will, and then distribute them, right? And then if necessary, have an estate tax return prepared, fiduciary income tax prepared, and get all that compliance done, and then be released at the end, right? So that role generally takes, depending upon the complexity of the estate, could take a year, maybe 2 or 3, depending on how complex. We've had some take a lot longer, but those are much more complex estates. You have a trustee. A trustee is a fiduciary who's in charge of a specific silo of money, right? Where the executor has a more broad responsibility, the trustee is more focused in on a certain specific asset or beneficiary, like a certain sum of money allocated and dedicated to a certain person. So, for example, it could be the trustee of the descendants trust for a minor. So that potentially could be a trust if the trust is a lifetime trust for a really long time, or if it's even until they're 35 and then at the decedent's death, this beneficiary is only 5. That could be a responsibility for the fiduciary for 30 years. So you want to consider who you name as a fiduciary under that lens.